Hey, I'm Crystal.
I'm still Jamie.
Hi, still Jamie.
Hi.
Today we're going to make a new video about
Gratitude.
Yay!
Yeah. I don't know. I'm grateful that I'm grateful.
Man, me too.
Didn't used
There
to
was
be.
a time I was not grateful for gratitude.
Mm-mm.
Man. It
Pouted.
Was, yeah.
I don't want to make a gratitude list.
I'm not grateful.
What do I got to be grateful for?
And I faked it.
Oh.
Like sex.
I didn't make it like sex. I just didn't have it like sex. Yeah. So
It
just
happens.
didn't have it. Yeah. So, all right. Gratitude.
Mm-hmm. Gratitude.
So how long were you sober before it started coming naturally?
Probably about 5 years, honestly. It took a long time for me to really feel grateful. Like I went through the motions of like waking up and praying and oh, thank you for waking me up today and thank you for letting me be sober and clean today and thank you for the beautiful skies and the trees and all of that stuff like so that was almost instantaneous where I was like acting as if,
Excuse me. Yeah.
I kind of just faked it. And then whenever there were like gratitude meetings, I was like, oh, and I still don't really care for a gratitude meeting.
No, you do not.
Like, it's kind of a waste. I don't know.
What? Why?
I don't know.
Why is it a waste? Because there's so many people like that, though, right?
Right.
It's just like, but I think
And
that's
then
kind of where you
people
get
start,
to
like-
hear who's done and who's not, though.
Yeah. Well, and people, I don't know. I would say that obviously I was done. I got 10 years now.
Yeah, but you actually had things you were grateful for versus the people who were like, I'm just here. You know what I mean?
I didn't really feel it though. I was just saying it. And then I would say it in gratitude meetings, like, oh, I'm grateful that I'm clean and sober. And I really wasn't sure if I was grateful for that yet.
Yeah.
Because it was hard. It was so hard to stay clean and sober for a time. There was probably 2 years where I was like, this sucks. I don't know if I want to continue to do this. I just didn't pick up no matter what. And here I am.
That's amazing. So were those 2 years, were they your first 2 years?
Mhm.
Or okay. See, because I was so sick in my first 2 years that I wasn't having to fake it a gratitude. I didn't have a sponsor that I was really working with. I wasn't working steps. I was avoiding meetings where people actually knew me. And when I was going to meetings, I was griping or complaining or whining, and I wasn't grateful. And if there was a gratitude meeting, I think I would hear what other people say, and that just built my resentment more. Like, how dare y'all be okay and grateful, and I'm over here hurting and angry and mad. And, I wanted to be sober more than anything in the world, so I didn't drink or use no matter what. Even in that time, I just didn't drink or use no matter what. But I wasn't being held accountable for my gratitude.
Your attitude.
My attitude of gratitude was lacking, which made me hard to be friends with.
Yeah.
And you've even said that. And still can be sometimes. Sometimes I'm still not very grateful. I'm very entitled. Like, I think I'm entitled to your friendship, to your money, to your house, to your car, to the promotion, to whatever. And so I don't.
Or entitled to be called on in a meeting, like,
oh yeah,
that person didn't call on me, because I got so much good stuff to share, right?
After I just got done bitching about my whole life.
Yeah, my whole life.
My whole life is falling apart and horrible, and I don't even know how I'm going to do this another day, but I need to share right
now. Yeah.
True. So I guess I'm just now figuring out some gratitude, actually.
Yeah. Man, I'm telling you, and it took, I don't even know when the moment was where it changed for me. I think it was about 5 years when I started feeling that, because it takes a while to get out from under all the stuff, all the baggage, all the crap that I brought with me, all the broken hearts and the lies and the cheats and the theft and all the things that, as a book that I read says, blocks us from the sunlight of the spirit.
Oh, yeah.
And once a majority, not all, but once a majority of that is kind of wiped away, I started realizing, man, I am so grateful that I don't have to compromise myself.
Yes.
Even though I was still compromising myself in some cases, and I still do at times. I'm not perfect. But I don't have to compromise myself to get what I need today.
I'm grateful. I'm truly, truly grateful that I have somebody in my life who can point those things out to me, because I still don't get that part. Like, I don't even know I'm compromising myself, because I still don't know who myself is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you're just now joining us, or the first time you've ever watched this or forgot, I'm just a little over 3 years, or maybe I should take the word just out. I'm a little over 3 years sober. And so I haven't even got to that 5-year mark where you're talking about, like, and that sounds like somewhat of a spiritual awakening to me. You know?
Yes.
Yeah. And maybe a little bit of the self-actualization that we talked about last time, because you reach that spiritual platform of just kind of feeling grateful. And see, grateful is still a word to me, I think.
Yeah.
It's still a word.
I get it.
Oh, I'm grateful. Yeah, thank you. It's still a thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for waking me up.
Yeah.
Thank you for the rain. Thank you. It's not a feeling yet.
Man, and I went outside the other day whenever it was raining and just stood there like, oh, I'm so glad that we are getting rain. And just stood in it and got really wet. And it was an amazing moment where I just stood out in the rain and just, man.
Yeah. That's really cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
See, yet another thing I want.
You know, and they call growing pains for a reason, right? So like just before, probably 3 or 4 months ago, I started getting kind of squirrely. I'm coming up on 10 years and oh my gosh. And I was sitting on my sister's front porch and I just looked at her and said, I have done some heavy spiritual work in my years in recovery.
Yeah.
And I am tired of doing spiritual work. I'm tired. I just want to kind of sit back and do nothing for a little while. And that lasted about 3.5 months ish until I decided that I'm probably fixing to get loaded and need to do something different. But I'm really grateful for that moment that I had on my sister's front porch where I was like, I really don't want to do any more heavy spiritual work. I've done a lot. Excuse me. I've done some heavy spiritual stuff, and I would just really like to not do anything. And I'm really grateful for that moment. It got me back into the book. It got me back into the program. It got me back into working hardcore with a sponsor. It got me working hardcore with some sponsees.
Thanks.
It really got me.
Sponsor.
It really got me motivated to do something different because my life was in danger.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm grateful for that moment where I had a down moment where because it's not always butterflies and rainbows.
I'm grateful that it's not always butterflies and rainbows because, as somebody it's still a thank you, it's still a word, it's not a feeling. To have somebody who's always there, it's unachievable.
Right.
But honestly, that's one of the reasons I stayed, because 3 days in sobriety, my then sponsor, I called that person. I was like, well, just showed my ass, just acted like a complete ass in front of everybody, gotten everybody. I'm probably not going to go back. And that person had 5 years at the time. I was like, yep, me too. Just now. Did it also. I'll be at a such and such. I was like, oh, well, okay. Me too then. You know, like it would feel like, if you can act like that at 5 years, then I can act like that now. And not that ended up becoming that was not a good idea. But seeing that other people are going through at 10 years, at 5 years, at 7 years, at 20 years. I mean, I've heard people at 40 years say, you know, I got out in the parking lot and da-da-da-da-da, you know, like
Yeah.
40 years clean and sober and this, you know, and you're like, oh, I'm probably always going to want to get out at the parking lot, you know, because I still do want to get out at the parking lot. I don't today because I have a nicer car and I don't want them to hurt it, and I haven't fought anybody in a long time, and I'm probably not as in shape as I used to be, and I haven't worn handcuffs in a while, and that's how it brings on a whole new risk because I'm actually employed.
I've worn them recently.
You have? Oh, that's so gross. I walked right into that.
Yes, you did.
Wow.
Yes, you did.
She is much more fun than I am. Anyways, so you know what I mean, though. Like, I don't know. You probably don't ever change from being that person.
Right.
You just learn how to be okay in that person's skin.
Man. I'll let all that anger go. Like, I just can't walk around with it.
But you do sometimes.
How often?
I mean, when people are dumb in the parking lot, you're like, look at that dumb person go in the parking lot. That's just who you are.
That's just a statement. That's not anger.
But have you ever?
That might be anger. No.
I eat a lot of hamburgers. You can't do that. Oh, it's the big one, Maria. But were you ever that person? Because you really
Absolutely.
Were you?
Absolutely.
Oh, you know what? Recently I did hear your sister actually say, I was just waiting for the El Crystal to come out.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, wow. You know, and it's funny because things like that, I'm grateful. I feel grateful in that moment when somebody from my past comes out and I get to be a different person.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like the people around you, they only know you for the person you are today because you've been working the program, been sober for a while, you know, a couple of days stacked on top of each other. And they can't imagine that you had a bed bug infested couch that's thrown into a landfill somewhere until somebody comes online. It's like, hey, you know, but you're like, yep, I get it. I was there. I understand. Like that was absolutely part of my life.
Yeah.
And, you know, same thing. Getting to say, yeah, that was part of my life. Yeah. And then somebody saying, wow, I can't believe you didn't act like I can't believe you didn't say yada yada. And you're like, well, it's not. When we get moments where we actually get to be, and that's the thing. That's another thing I feel grateful for. We don't get to be different people. We truly are different. I didn't have to try to be a different person.
No. And in that moment, the situation that she's
person.
talking about, I was just different.
And
the thought of acting the way that I used to act didn't even come into my mind. I was just like, you know what? The book says I'm done fighting everyone and everything.
And so maybe I am.
Yeah. And I got done fighting a while back, and I didn't have to yell at the woman. I didn't have to cuss her out. I didn't have to act stupid. There's nothing that I need to make an amends for today.
Nothing. You handled
in that
with
situation.
Grace and dignity.
Thank you. And I really am grateful for that. And I'm grateful that my sister was there to be able to say, wow, I was waiting for the old Crystal to come out and she never did.
And I'm grateful that I know for a fact there was an old Crystal, that you're not just making stuff up, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm so grateful for that. I'm grateful that I get to see somebody with 10 years contemplate getting loaded and do something different. So grateful for this program. I'm grateful for sobriety, but it still works to me.
They say the further away you are from your last one, the closer you are to your next one.
Well,
I've
that
heard
means
that
I'm
a lot.
a lot healthier than you are.
Yeah. Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not at all. I'm not even
She is.
No, but and then we said it on actually a few videos now about being grateful for things you don't have any control over.
Yeah.
And what did Lisa say the last time she was on?
Oh man, I should have wrote it down.
So good.
It was so good.
Being grateful. Oh no, I wish we could call her and ask her.
Me too.
Maybe we
We
will.
cannot.
Oh, wait, we cannot. It's too late. So I don't know. That's the thing, though, is finding different things to be grateful for too, and not just getting stuck.
Man, I get real grateful. Like, I don't know if it's happened to you yet, but when I'm driving down the road, driving my little Jeep, doing my little thing, and I'll remember something that I had not remembered in the past, something new. And it's not new, it's something old, but something that I had forgotten happened. And this feeling comes over me like, man, I am so grateful that I don't live like that anymore.
I've had
And
it
I don't
happen.
have to. I don't have to live like that.
That's awesome. I don't know. I've had two moments like that, I think. One, I was just grateful that because I had ran away to go live with a man who, when I got to his house, he had snakes and they were out and like in the recliner. And I got back in my car and drove back to my state.
You left the state to go run away to live with a man.
Well, when you're an addict alcoholic, you run away.
Yeah.
Because you're always where you end up.
Yeah.
So there you are. But yeah, I did. From my husband. Ran away from my husband to go live with a man who had snakes. And I forgot about this until my husband and my daughter bring it up. They were like, you remember that guy?
Oh, they could just mind their own business. They don't have to be reminding.
It was okay. But it was one of those things where it was like, oh, I'm so grateful that I did not end up with that man with the snakes. So grateful.
I bet.
And I'm so grateful that I don't run away from my husband or my children or myself anymore. Because I used to have to run away. And it wasn't because like my husband and my kids didn't let me, but it's because I wasn't okay with who I was in my own skin. Like I could not stay. I could not. I wasn't a good enough wife. I wasn't a good enough mother. I wasn't a good enough employee. I self-sabotaged everything.
I was not a decent
all
human
the time.
being.
I know I was not. And I was always looking for that next, like
the next best thing.
Well, and it's not even that it was the next best thing. It was I needed maybe it was the next
validation.
Best thing. Yeah. I needed the escape. Like as soon as somebody said you can come here, I'm like, see ya, bye. I don't know. I'm just grateful that I'm okay sitting still today.
Yeah.
Thank you that I could just sit still today.
Me too.
Thank you that I don't have to run away from my life. I mean, I'm so grateful. Like I went, I put an application in, and before that would have been a self-sabotage move or a runaway move. Like, I didn't get the promotion I wanted to. Now I'm just done with this job. Start looking for a better job, And when that at all this time, it was like a career path choice, thought out, planned, thought about, gosh, how long have I thought about that now? Like 2 months. I mean, I've never thought about anything for 2 months. I've never sat on anything for 2 months and like really contemplated it, prayed about it, discussed it. How many times have we discussed it? A few.
Yeah.
A few. And I've gone back and forth. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then I'm so grateful I got to make a decision. I don't think I've ever done that before.
Based on facts, not emotions.
Yeah, and I definitely have not. I'm a fence sitter. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And then just go for it. Oh my goodness. I don't know. So I'm grateful for that.
It's kind of nice, isn't it?
It is. But I couldn't have done it without a sponsor who taught me how to be still and write it down and work through the steps and like call and talk and listen. I mean,
Let the process work.
yeah.
You gotta let the process work. It's a process.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I am starting to feel gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel it. It's more than a thank you these days. Like I can feel like I guess I've never really felt thankful before.
It's like almost this warm, fuzzy splash of sunshine in my heart.
Oh, all right. Y'all, I'm not real sure what happened to Crystal.
Don't make fun of me because that's how
Did y'all
I feel.
see any aliens come in here a second ago? Are we alone in here?
I think I have an alien implant.
What did you say? The government is going to come get you. The government is going
You're
to...
shaking my camera.
You like to be shook.
Maybe that's the aliens.
Oh, this just got weird. As soon as you said I have an alien implant, the government is going to show up. They're going to shut down our YouTube channel and they're going to take you away.
Well, they feed me.
No. They'll have to dissect you so they can get it out. Not really. It's just right there on the surface of her head. Government listed. It's just right there on the surface of her head.
Right there.
She'll tell you where's that. You don't have to.
Oh, wait. Did it move? Nope. There it is right there. Right there. Just right there.
Oh, Lord. Anyway. You know what else I'm grateful for?
What?
That I have a friend who actually knows me. Knows my sense of humor.
Ooh, Jamie?
Yeah. And Curly Joe.
Curly Joe. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Curly Joe.
And Brittany.
Lisa.
You don't really know me yet, but you're...
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
I don't know. She watches our videos. I don't know why.
That's cool. Hi, Mom. She'll know what that means.
I keep playing footsies with you.
Did you see that? That's hilarious.
No, what'd you do? Oh, yes. You did the hand thing.
She'll know what that is.
Oh, yeah, she will.
She'll be like,
She'll call me tomorrow.
squeeze my boob on the internet.
She probably won't call me tomorrow.
On the inner tube.
On the inner tube. She probably won't call me tomorrow.
Why?
Because she's not going to watch this video for probably weeks.
Oh.
Yeah, she's only watched a couple of them.
I'm really excited. I'm excited that here in a few weeks, I may have somebody I want to shout out to, but I don't know yet. So I'm not going to say anything yet. That's weird, I know, but it's okay. Stay tuned. Come back next time.
That is weird.
We do a lot of weird stuff.
We're so weird.
It's cool. That makes
It's
it cool.
because we're Aquariuses. Aquariuses are weird.
And because we are self-actualized.
Because we're Aquarius.
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
She doesn't do that.
Yes, I do.
That's Buddhist.
I do that. I sit there and no, I'm not a Buddhist, but I do go on. I meditate. You don't meditate? You don't say on when you meditate?
No.
Why? It's supposed to like center your energy.
Actually, there are many different. That's a whole different video, actually.
What?
Meditation. We'll do that on a different video. We'll discuss it after this video, you and I. And then we'll get on and we'll do a different meditation video. That would be fun.
There you go. A different meditation video. We'll meditate on it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
It really is actually pretty good. We can talk about a meditation video, and then we can actually do a 30-minute meditation video where we like just sit and meditate.
Jamie, do you think you could sit and meditate for 30 minutes?
I do it on a regular basis, you weirdo.
For 30 minutes?
I mean, probably, yeah.
30 minutes is a long time.
I know. You have no idea what I do in my prayer room, in my war room.
No, I don't.
I meditate for a while. Because, look,
I have
I
a whole story that I could tell, but I won't because it's the YouTube
Oh, okay.
about meditating and what happened one time.
Oh, why won't you?
No, it's
Okay.
for the meditation video.
There you go then. Stay tuned. Keep coming back.
Anyway, I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm super grateful for, about everything in my life today.
Oh, I was saying friend.
Yeah, you were talking about your friend.
Well, you
Huh?
specifically.
Me?
Why are you being so, what's the word? Animated.
I'm always animated.
No, that was like a little facetious.
Uh-uh.
Just because Mikey's not here doesn't get you. Oh, that's okay. See what I deal with when you're not here, Mikey?
Mikey, you should do a video with us.
You really should have.
You still have time.
Not tonight.
Not tonight,
Um,
because it's late.
but I'm extremely
Oh.
grateful that I have a friend who
It's
actually
double aught 16 right now.
knows me.
I hope someone knows what that means.
We
I totally know what that means, but I hope that other people know what that means.
We all know what that means.
What does it mean?
It means that it is midnight 16.
Oh, yeah, good job. I said that to Isaiah one time. He had no clue what double aught meant.
Why?
I don't know. I guess no one had ever said it to him.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't either. Anyway, well, I was going to tell
I'm
you how
grateful.
grateful I was for you, but I mean, you've been
Oh.
around me like 5
I'm
times.
super
so.
grateful for you too.
Well, but thanks. Makes me blush. I just have to laugh like a third grade little girl. And it was totally sincere. And now I'm blushing. But yeah, no, I'm just, because I've never had a friend that, like, you know, that's what this program does, though, is it makes you get real with somebody and it makes you be open and vulnerable, you know? It doesn't make you, but it gives you the opportunity to be.
And then you get to experience being open and vulnerable with other people.
Mhm.
I went to my son's girlfriend's mother's house the other day, and they are moving into her mother's house. So my son's girlfriend's grandmother's house. And she was kind of a hoarder. I say hoarder. And so they like were removing all the things from, because she's sick, right?
Excuse me,
So they're
right.
removing all the stuff out of her house, and so they could put their stuff in. And excuse me. And we went on the first day that they were working, and I saw the mess, and I was like, "Oh man, it was so much stuff." And they had already done quite a bit. And then we went back on Tuesday, 2 days ago, and there was so much done. The kitchen was cleaned out, the laundry room was cleaned out, the living room was clean. I mean, it looked really good. And she said, "Well, there's still quite a bit of work to do," and which there was. And I said, "But you've gotten so much done. Y'all done such a good job. It looks so good." And she said, "Thank you. I appreciate that." And sometimes giving a compliment is hard. Giving someone one and accepting it is hard.
Even harder.
And she was very graceful in her acceptance, because I got vulnerable to let her know that you're doing a good job, and it looks good. And it really does. It looks good. They are doing a good job. And it's it's coming along very nicely. And it's their family home, so
It's hard.
I did not get to get the honeybees. That's what I went over there for, was to get honeybees.
Mm.
They are under the floor. I didn't ever get to tell this story, because whenever I met back up with the Jamies on Tuesday night, she had news. The other Jamie had news. I didn't get to talk about myself, which, whatever. I'm not salty or anything. But I went over there to get honeybees to do a removal. And I did not get to do the removal because they're under the floor. And they didn't want us to tear up the floor.
Yeah. So how are they going to get them out?
They are going to save up the money for the material to replace the floor. And then they're going to go away for a weekend and let us come in and tear up the floor and remove the hive. And then they'll replace the floor after the bees are gone.
All right, yeah.
Because they can't be there whenever the bees are there. Her husband's allergic.
That's really good.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you.
Me too. I'm really grateful that I'm the one that gets to go over there and do that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I almost started crying because I was like, look, her name is Stephanie. I said, look, Stephanie, you got a couple options here. We could figure out how to completely kill them. And I started crying. I actually did start crying. We could kill them, and then put some over the hole. Or you can let us tear up your floor. I really hope you don't want us to kill them. And she did not, because she knows how important honeybees are. Because honeybees are super important. So I'm glad that I get to be the one who gets to go and get them.
Okay. I think that's awesome. I'm super scared of honeybees.
Why?
Because they're scary.
No, they're really not, actually. Honeybees are super docile. And if you're not doing something, like if you're attacking their hive, of course they're going to attack you.
Sure.
But honeybees know that they will die. She will die if she stings you, and honeybees know that. So they typically, actually, unless they're Africanized, they don't go after people. Wasps, on the other hand, will attack for no reason.
Huh?
But the only time that I've ever been stung by a honeybee is when I was removing a hive from somewhere. And, if somebody came up in my house trying to remove me,
I would not suggest that here.
I would.
We live in Texas.
I would attack also. So it's not like it's just okay to just go up into someone's house. Yeah, I was wondering what you were doing. I just wasn't going to say anything.
I was going through it all the way. I was trying to clean it up for myself. Well, it is 30 and I've got to go to bed.
Yeah, 32 minutes.
I'm grateful that I have a job to go to tomorrow.
It's double at 23.
Double at 23?
I like saying that.
I know you do.
Because that's what my vape says.
Vape.
Can you see it? You probably can't see it. Can you see it? Is it there?
Oh.
There it is. Is it going to... Oh well.
All right, guys.
Yep. I guess that's all we got for today. She's kicking me out.
I'm tired.
She's got to go to bed.
Grateful I get to go to bed. I didn't used to do that.
Ha! Yes.
I used to pass out, fall out,
and
get kicked out.
And we both have new beds.
We do.
Mine's not even a year old yet. Neither is yours.
No, mine is not either.
So we both have new beds to get into. That's always nice.
It is just nice going to bed. I didn't used to do that at all.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful for that. And I get to do something really cool for my boss tomorrow. Because I head up the unit celebration stuff. Mm-hmm. And so I took up a collection. Anyways, I'm super excited about it. I got to be at work early. Y'all don't want to hear all of that stuff, but I'm grateful that I get to do that. So
yeah. Right on. All right. Well, thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And hit the little bell button so you get the notifications. If you'll go to our page, it'll say right there in red. I guess I should go this way. It'll say right there in red, it says subscribe.
It does not cost money.
It does not cost money. It's free. And if you click it, then a little bell will show up next to where the subscribe word is. And wherever it is, it's somewhere down there. And anyway, so say subscribe, click it. and then next to it will be a bell. Click it, and you'll get the notifications, so you'll know every time that we make a new video, and you can come and watch us.
Yay.
We really need y'all's support.
Yes.
We really need to get to like some real subscribers. I think we have like 16. We think that our goal here is important for people to hear the words of recovery and be able to maybe see a meeting, even if they can't get to a meeting.
Yes. And I mean, the comments at the bottom too, we read those. We respond to them. So if you have any questions, feel free. For those of you who want to bully us, go for it. For those of you who want to bully others, don't. We're not going to put up with that on our page.
Yep.
So thank you for supporting us. We appreciate it. And we look forward to seeing y'all next time. Don't forget to add your comments on the bottom and let us know what other subjects
Oh yeah, do
you would
have
like
any
to topics,
suggestions?
yeah. Topics, questions, comments. Keep your concerns to yourself. We don't care. I'm just kidding. We care a little bit.
Bye.